Game one, there was a very convincing win from Redditours and Pyjamas, very one-sided. And me, Side, and Ghost, we decided it was down to the fact that Team Sapient had a very, very greedy lineup with the Medusa mid and the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter was a solid mid-game hero, but they needed a mid lane that could just go around and dominate the lanes, go ganking, and they just didn't have that with the Medusa. And with Lion and all the good supports, they were able to just lock down that Medusa and win the game, take good team fights. So we're underway with the draft here. Just some standard bans here, Death Prophet and OD, very meta picks as we all know. And the Invoker ban.
Invoker as well.
Dire team ban.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing too unexpected just so far.
I think Sapient may look to ban one of the.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Team Sapient are more reactionary this time, in terms of their picks and bans, or if they're sticking to a.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, do you think they're going to stick to set? Well, see, they banned out Jug. Jug had a lot of presence last game.
His ults were just crazy, and they Redditours and Pyjamas first picked the Lion. Very solid support. I mean, it's been causing them a lot of trouble in these team fights. The early rotations from the Lion are absolutely insane. The Lion is essentially the reason why that Medusa didn't get any farm in the mid lane.
Yeah, with the rotation that's done, and the Viper strike, there was nothing the Medusa could do apart from either die or run away.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it's too much lockdown and slow. She had, she was forced to pop her ulti, and it was just too much for her.
Reserve time.
So, Team Sapient looking to get their first 2 picks in here. Most likely going to be supports, but could be an early reveal on the carries. Depends how confident they're being.
There was an interesting stat I remember reading on the Discord. Most of the matches played so far have been a 2-0 stomp for the team who wins the first game. The commentators there think it's probably due to an internal tilt after losing the first game.
Team pick.
Yeah, it's in these kind of low, these sub 3K MMR leagues. People just, it happens with me as well. Like, whenever I lose a game and I go and click find match, I'm in a bad mood and then I just lose the second game. It's kind of the same issue here. But I think, if Team Sapient keep their cool and this is the kind of they're going early push.
Yeah, Jakiro and Shadow Shaman, that's pretty early push there. That's going to give them a lot of early tower damage. They'd be wise. Well, they'd probably synergize that with an Ursa maybe as their safe lane carry.
Yeah, or they could even get a lone druid. And if they have a lone
any
druid
of them
player.
played lone druid?
I have no idea, but I know that would be potentially a really good. I mean, they need, because there's 2 they could get a Drow. Drow's a very early game hero, and it's really, really good. They could pick up the Luna. The Luna is really good as well with her damage aura, and Beastmaster. Like, all those heroes is really good. I mean, we could potentially be seeing a Beastmaster pick on the RiP side because I know that Excess does play it quite a lot. But they may just pick their second support here. Got Oracle open, loads of, players' signature heroes are open.
Yeah, well, Lion definitely seems to be a signature for Redditors and Pyjama. I think that'll be Finch again. Darkseer again, so...
Green team's
so far, a similar
now.
lineup. They can't take the Juggernaut this time. Redditors banning out the Drow, so yeah, you're right about wanting to get rid of some of the early push there.
Yeah, it's a wise decision. Most likely a second ban Luna or second ban Beastmaster here, because they've got the Darkseer. Beastmaster could potentially wreck them as well. It would definitely be either Luna or Beastmaster. I can't, or maybe Ven. Actually, no, it can't be Venge.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Luna
they
or
banned the
Beastmaster, I
Windranger.
feel. Yeah,
they just banned the Windranger.
Okay, they banned the Nature Prophet again. Really solid push there.
Yeah.
They don't want any more push than they've got already, basically. I think they're thinking about banning the Oracle Team Sapient
5
here
seconds
because that's
remaining.
most logically. They banned the TA again.
Dire team
I'm on the
pick.
TA,
Oh,
and
they
they pick up
pick
a
up-
Faceless
ah.
Void.
Radiant team pick.
It's actually a pretty good synergy with the Macrofire and the Serpent Wards if you get them positioned right. Just quite a lot of damage there. It's a pretty good team fight they've got right there with those 3 heroes.
Do you think it's going to be safe lane or off lane Void?
Offlane any day. Like I feel offlane is just the way to play him now. Like the Q is just so overpowered in terms of dodging damage. You get the time dilation online, and
5
time dilation, of
seconds
course,
remaining.
means that Lion can use his stun and his hex pretty much only once in every team fight, and the same with Darkseer.
Reserve
And the
time.
slow is absolutely insane once it gets to like max level. Like that spell is purely what like he's gonna have so much control in these team fights basically, and not much like just those 2 supports, just the Darkseer and the Lion even over on Redditours and Pyjamas. It's not much they can actually do fighting into a Void. And there's the Witch Doctor, which is the
Dire
second
team
pick. The second support is pretty solid actually. I think like it's a deny pick more than any. Actually, it's not even a deny pick. I don't because they've already got
No,
2
it's not a
supports
deny pick.
over on Sapient. I think it's more like, hey, you're going to chrono us. Well, we're just going to stick a death ward outside your chrono, and yeah, you can't do anything. And and if you stick any of your heroes inside your chrono, they're going to die.
Yeah, normally you'd say it in the other way around. The Faceless teamed up with the Witch Doctor for that very reason. You stick the Death Ward outside, and
5
it
seconds
it does
remaining.
massive amounts of damage.
It pretty much kills anything in chrono, like
Reserve
along
time.
with Void hitting whatever. I can't even speak. Hitting it what's inside the chrono.
So what sort of safe lane carry then do you think that Team Sapient are going to pick up this game? Early push again, or maybe a Sven, or do you think there's something else?
It's hard to tell. I don't think they'll feel like picking the Medusa again. They definitely won't pick the Medusa, but they could run a Medusa safe lane, but they could also run the Gyro. So I feel like they can take one of those 2 heroes that didn't potentially work last time if they feel comfortable on those heroes. But they definitely can't take both, obviously, because otherwise it's a rinse repeat of last game. I think they need someone like Jug. A Jug would be really good against Slark.
Well, Jug,
Pretty good.
Jug is
you know.
banned, so the Slark.
Oh, Jug is banned, yes, of course. Like I was thinking more along the lines of someone who can just
Bad dudes banning
work
someone
with
now.
the shackle. Ursa, the classic Shaman Ursa combo is still really, really strong. So
Well, there's
but they've
Queen of
chosen
Pain.
the Slark.
Well, yeah, there's Queen of Pain. Dreamson's pretty comfortable in Queen.
Yeah, signature hero for
Similar,
him, pretty much.
yeah. Same with Finch, very
5
comfortable on the
seconds
Lion these
remaining.
days. Final ban, Sapient taking out the Spectre,
Dire team
and
pick.
Redditours taking out the Zeus. Sapient, they could pick up a Viper here. It would give them.
Yeah,
It would give
I
them some.
definitely think they need a mid laner who's going to gank, as we've said. Like the Queen of Pain is going to
Yeah.
be all over the map ganking once she gets her bottle and her
5
boots. She's going to
seconds
be left,
remaining.
right, and center, blinking around, screaming, doing all that crazy stuff, and getting kills over on the Shaman and
Reserve
Jakiro because they're
time.
very, very susceptible to early game damage. So what they need is an equally not a mid laner who's going to rotate around and kill loads of people. But as you can see, they've actually banned most
5
of them. The
seconds
Wind Ranger's out
remaining.
the pool. Yeah, so they picked up the Necrophos. That's actually a
Necrophos.
really good one.
Radiant
We
team
don't
pick.
often see that actually. This is probably one of the first times it's actually been picked in this tournament for the mid lane, I think.
Yeah, normally I would say Necrophos is an offlane. He can harass the safe lane carry pretty hard with his Heartstopper aura.
Indeed, and the Queen is definitely going to have some trouble laning against him.
So what safe lane carry
5
then do
seconds
Redditors pick up?
remaining.
They can't take the Jug, they can't take the Slark. Do they take a gyro? Or do they take an anti-mage?
Gyro. They could take Savan. Savan is in the pool, and Savan is very, very solid. They need someone who can just, if they get chronoed, they could just tank through it. So potentially a Dragon Knight is potentially really good. They need someone who can tank through Necrophos ulti, but the trouble is Necrophos ulti does directly counter the Dragon Knight as well. So they've got quite a good range of heroes over on Team Sapient. They're much better than last game. They realized that they needed that early game strategy, so that's why they picked the Jakira and the Shaman, and then they've kind of secured their late game with the Slark, the Faceless Void. But Necrophos does drop off later in the game. They do have a much stronger earlier game this time. But
Chaos
so
Knight.
here we go.
Interesting.
Chaos Knight. Pretty good kept.
Okay, so it looks like we've got Nonus on the Chaos Knight, Dreamson on the Queen, Finch again on the Lion with XS on the Darkseer, Dash 9 on the Jakiro, Smiley Face on the Shaman, Monochrome on Faceless Void, Medeum on Slark, and Laverly Loki on Necrophos. Oh, we just had a quick disconnect there, so that's yeah. Flamingo
Yeah, I
just
disconnected as well.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Seems to be happening a lot this tournament.
Yeah,
We don't
I'm
know
back,
why.
don't worry. Yeah, it's just general connecting to servers is a bit, iffy. Yeah, there you go. Finch and the Jakira have just disconnected. But in the meanwhile, we'll call the heroes. So, Side, would you like to take us on this journey?
I did that when you were
'Cause I didn't
disconnected,
actually
my
get
friend.
Oh, did you? Okay. Didn't get it on the recording, so yeah, whatever, but it doesn't matter.
We had Dota 2 still in beta after so many years. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. I don't think we're going to see a smoke out again. Certainly not on Redditours' side. They've got no smoke and they're just looking like they're getting to lane. Faceless is going off lane. Shaman's taking level 1 shackles. Jakiro and Slark going safe lane. And that leaves the Necrophos mid.
Again, I
XS
think the
again.
War block with SX. XS?
Yeah. Yeah. Eating his way through some trees as well, just to really hide it in there. Show him how it's done.
Oh, nice. What is this, a pro game?
I know, right? Somebody's been watching the TI replays.
And Finch, look, he's right up on the. Oh, sorry, he's Radiant. I forgot. I thought they were still die. I thought he was on their side of the map for a moment. And looks like yeah, Witch Doctor's pinging out the camp.
Looks like it's just going to be easy runs again for the mids for each team.
Again, equal rune
Please
trade.
just
Yeah.
bear in mind I'm trying my best here.
Worthy truth.
So who wins in this mid lineup? Queen of Pain or the Necrophos?
Boom! Welcome to Pyrian Flax's Guide to being
I think it's a
Dota
bit of a
2 announcer.
wash. Like obviously the Heartstopper was going to do significant amount, harassed the Queen of Pain slowly over time. But Queen can easily just blink on him, use a couple of spells, and hopefully get him down. But she needs to be at least level 4, 5, 6 even to do that, because the thing is with the Necrophos is he could just pop and he heals pretty much immediately with his passive. It kind of favors the Necrophos actually, I think, until later on in the game. But again, we know that Finch is just going to rotate in with his Lion, hopefully. Oh, top, we've got some
Looks like
issues.
we've got
XS
Kill
is
on the
getting gone
Darkseer
on
and
by
top lane.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dash 9 gets
Very, very
Darkseer.
solid. I mean, again, like we said, the supports have the lockdown this time, and I don't think XS is ready for this.
Yeah, it looked like he got caught out of position a bit there. He's now going around to just kill a jungle camp. I think
Yeah,
he
just
needs that
make up
just
the
for
farm.
the. Yeah. Got something going on down here in bot lane. The Void's going into the side shop, but he was noticed. They have a lot of lockdown in bot lane.
Oh, looking for the block. Oh, can Witch Doctor get the block? Oh, and the zip out.
Yeah,
They'll
he
go
zips
up
out.
there. But surely they'll be able to block him again. Yeah, it's quite a long cooldown on the zip, so I think he's in trouble. Stun over with the Finch. Stun from the Chaos Knight, beautifully stacked. And then this should be a
Uses the Fairy
solid
Fire.
kill. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Fairy
it's
Fire was
too
just
much
not enough to
damage.
save him.
If we look at the fight recap, that's a load of gold into Finch, load of gold into the Witch Doctor, and a load of gold into Chaos Knight. Not too much into Chaos Knight, only 31 and 53 Witch Doctor, so Finch picked up the kill there, he actually got the most out of that. But definitely going to help him towards his Tranquil Boots and then eventually that Blink Dagger. A bit faster provided he doesn't get killed. So,
Mid
X's
lane,
just
you were
playing it safe
definitely
and...
mid lane. You were definitely right about the Necrophos harassing the Queen out of lane. While she's got a bottle coming, which will help with her sustain, she's hovering out by half health and has had to use both of her pool tangos already. I did not know
Little
you could do
dank
that.
meme there
We
from
have a
Ghostful.
smoke here. We have a smoke at mid. Witch Doctor and Lion are smoked, coming around flanking the Necrophos. Lion stuns, followed up with a Witch Doctor and a Queen's and a
No.
That's a dead Necrophos.
So much stuff.
I scream
So much stuff.
bloody murder.
Words fail me. That's
So
a dead
much stuff.
Necrophos.
Yeah, it's nice. They've placed down this sentry wall so they can scout out any ganks that are going to come with any invis runes that may get picked up, etc., etc. Smokes. Very, very nice ward there. And and again, if the supports try and ward mid lane, then that will most likely scout them out.
And now the Voids rotated mid while the Necrophos was respawning. That does give the Chaos Knight free farm for a while. Void's heading into the jungle. And stacking camps. That leaves the Chaos Knight entirely to free farm, and you really don't want that because Chaos Knight once he gets clones himself, once he starts critting, that's a lot of damage all at once.
Looking in the net worth here, we can see Chaos Knight top, Queen of Pain shortly following, and then Lark just scraping above the Queen of Pain there. Gold, blast it's even. But as you can see up at the top lane, there's a complete and utter... Slark's having a real trouble farming against these Iron Shell creeps. He's already, below half health. But again, not much they can do because he's in a tri-lane.
But unlike last game, XS is not having as much success with the Iron Shell creeps in terms of getting gold. He's setting 4th lowest net worth, just slightly above the Faceless, who's been forced to jungle. And again, that just leaves that Chaos Knight completely on his own. I think that's going to cost him the game.
Oh, we're seeing stacked camps as well out from Team Sapient this time. Oh, we're getting very low in the jungle. Gotta be careful.
We've got a gank going on mid.
Yeah, just
Finch
looking to zone
just
out this
out of position.
Necrophos.
Time grinds even mountains to dust.
The
Yeah.
Witch Doctor manages to catch a very low Faceless Void.
Yeah, he was taking this camp an extremely low. It's just an easy pick off for him. Kind of one that you kind of go, oh, okay.
I think this is
Finch
going
gets
to be a
shackled
dead
up.
Finch here.
Yeah.
And a
It's Necrophos
Necrosite.
just securing the kill.
Shall be shankers
Yeah.
by the
Level 6
acre.
Necrophos.
That's Finch
and we've
out
got
for-
a level 6 Queen of Pain.
That's Finch out for 40 seconds at 6 minutes into the game.
Just because of his early rotations and the fact he got a kill down on bot means that he's very highly valued in terms of kills. Queen, though, does have her ultimate, so she can look to go gank here, potentially get some kills. But a lot of activity happening here in the mid lane, so it's going to be pretty difficult to do that without people noticing.
Queen got a haste. She's going top. She does, as you said, she has her ulti available. Looks like she's going to go round the side, like that.
She can land a wave scream. I think Slug's dead. He doesn't have level 6. He needs to wait until they get just a little bit further up. Yep, she can blink in. I just don't have the vision. Yeah, Slug's gonna leap straight away. And I think that's yeah, dead Jakiro. Slug's gonna just escape. Unfortunately, didn't get the right positioning for a Sonic Wave. Otherwise, I think she could have got a double kill there, but doesn't appear so. And obviously, I mean, we do get a rotation up from the Shadow Shaman, which is kind of a waste of time, to be honest.
Well, now we have in bot lane, while they're taking that top tower, bot lane, you now have a level 4 Faceless. This is a level 7 Chaos Knight. I think they're just letting that Chaos Knight get out of control.
Yeah, they're letting him have solo XP and get his ultimate online really, really early. Kind of just throwing spells at each other right now.
Gets a stun off. It's a 3-second stun. Faceless turns around and hits a time dilation, so he won't get another stun off. That said, the Chaos Knight's pretty low on mana anyway. Faceless almost dead there from the stun.
Yeah, if it had been a longer stun with more damage, I think it, would have maybe been able to get a few more right clicks and dive the tower for that, but doesn't appear so. But we have got a rotation in from Witch Doctor just from behind. Faceless does not know about this at all. He's completely blind. But if he does, yep, he's smoked up as well. Looks like this is going to get popped. Yep. Oh no.
No, it's not smoke. It's not smoke. It's an invis rune.
Oh, it's an invis rune? Okay, never mind.
It's an invis rune. While we're waiting for that, Queen just used her scream to finish off Necrophos in mid lane.
So yeah, so as I say, like this is what the Queen really needs to do, is just wait until her spells are online and just burst them all on this Necrophos.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh man, this is totally harshing my mellow.
Dire putting pressure on the Radiant top tower right now. Unfortunately, they don't have the Shadow Shaman wards. We just have a quick pause. One of the players has crashed. Oh no, it's frozen.
Wait, what?
And we're back in again.
Unpause?
We lost Marto.
Muerto and his Russian internet. Made of crisp packets, obviously.
We've got some pings out here from the Radiant side, wanting them to defend the top tower. Darkseer, yeah, he can't really do it on his own. That said, Shaman's still level 4, so doesn't have those Serpent wards. Slark also level 5, so doesn't have a Shadow Dance yet.
But we have got the Liquid Fire, and I think Snakes are up as well. Oh no, he's not level 6 yet. But when you have those two spells up, like that's pretty much a dead tower in any instance, because it's just so much push early game. They should be able to, once they get the Shaman ult online, like just be able to go and seize all the tier 1s without actually having to have many heroes commit to it, which is going to be very good for Sapient.
While we're paused, if we take a quick look at the graphs again, XP, Redditours and Pyjamas taking a good 2,000 lead already at 9 minutes in. Same with the net worth again, they're taking a 2,000 lead at net worth. They're definitely they're farming a lot more efficiently than Team Sapient are, I believe.
If you look at the GPM little thing on the side, you can see that two of the Radiant are about 300 GPM, which is where it should be at this point in the game. And then just slightly behind is the Slark. I don't know, he's had a bit of a rough laning stage against the Iron Shells with excess, but supports are definitely making that less impactful, which is why he's up at 282 and not like down with the Necropos.
Well, given that as in the last game, Redditours and Pyjamas took an early game lead and just continued to push hard with it. What do Team Sapient need to do right now to, well, prevent that from happening? Do they need to 5-man up, or
I think it's more like Redditors and Pyjamas. More like Redditors and Pyjamas need to defend against the early game push that's about to come from Team Sapient. They've got the Jakiro. They've got, when they get the Shaman ult, it's just basically bulldoze all the tier 1s, get a load of gold into our carries, and go from there, really. Take some good team fights, take the tier 2s, and then win the game. That's what they do here, essentially. Redditors and Pyjamas need to figure out a way to, counteract this, and they can do. They've got the CK, and once CK gets his anti-style and his armlet, obviously armlet first, but once he gets those two, he can just basically burst down pretty much any of the supports. Like if he gets a crit, it's pretty huge, and he can just one-shot most of the heroes. Slark, when he gets an Ice Guard, he's going to be harder to kill, and obviously Faces is hard to kill because of his little zip, but CK kind of can get the Shaman out of the fight before he's able to put his wards down on the tower, before he's able to put his wards down in the fight. Again, Lion can easily solo pick off with his ultimate, and Queen, huge amount of burst damage all over the team that really, I think, only Faceless Void can deal with this. Like, he needs to land a good chrono, and they need to be able to kill them before the fight starts. So it's really whoever is able to pick off before the fight starts. Is Redditors and Pyjamas able to, like, initiate, take a few of the sports out, and maybe take a tier 1 off the bat of that? But that's kind of how it's going to ban out here, I think.
Let's see. Looking at their items, both Chaos Knight and Witch Doctor have TPs available, so they can get the top lane to defend pretty quick. Lion has a TP available, as does the Queen. So yeah, they can all get there within a few seconds of each other once Werdo returns to the game. He's just returned, so it looks like we'll be resuming any second now.
Thanks, man.
Okay, Jakiro get nice path
Doesn't
down.
look like TPs are coming out.
Jakiro gets nice path down, but Darkseer gets his surge, so he manages to avoid most of it.
But quite a significant amount of damage going into that tier 1 whenever he uses his what's it called? The third ability thing that does damage over time to towers.
The liquid fire?
Liquid fire, that thing. It does quite a significant amount of damage. I mean, he's not maxed it, so it's not going to do too much damage. Over on bot lane, Nonus looking quite aggressive. Everyone is Faceless Void, but Faceless Void just able to juke him in the trees. Potentially a tier 1. Necropos is rotating in from the side, so potentially with a good chrono setup, they could do something here. They have got the Shaman in the neighborhood as well.
Yep, they've just got chrono available now, so something could be happening here.
Looks like the Necropos wants to rotate down. Oh no, he's going to go back to mid. So.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Shaman has rotated down. Is just sitting chilling. About there.
Really, who can be confident enough to make that move and be aggressive? Because both teams have the ability to catch another player out and kill them.
Just punish them heavily for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Top lane, the Jakiro continuing to do massive damage to that tower.
Yeah, that's gonna drop, I think. Oh no, they may be able to deny it. Someone needs to deny it. I know they're gonna get the TP in, and then I think Finch should deny it.
The CK TP's in top.
More important.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, not much is happening here. I think they'll deny this tower and then just resume their farming business.
Yeah, deny the tower. That gives a little bit of gold.
Whose mid game do you actually favour?
Whose mid game do I favour?
Yeah.
Mid game, I would favor Sapient. Late game, I would heavily favor Redditors. They don't really have once the Chaos Knight
Sub TP.
starts to get
Oh,
his
nice tech.
phantasms online, they don't really have the AoE damage to deal with it.
Chrono up on top.
Oh, that's a good.
Gonna just
that's a
kind of
Chrono
freeze
up.
the fight, but not much is happening. The wall is down, but he's not able to get the back off. Oh, that could be a dead Dark Seer. It looks like it's gonna be with the Death Pulse just finishing him off. Finch is gonna back out of this. Can't really do much. Queen chasing down this Void, but Void is gonna be able to escape to the safety of his tier 2. Queen just
That
gonna
double
get
kill
back
on
here,
the,
pick up the rune.
Double kill on the Necrophall is pretty huge. I
Maybe
said
look at
it
the
looks like
fight
it's going to be a
recap.
semi-support Necro. It's building a
Slightly
mechanism.
favoured the Sapient there in that fight, but Queen doing heavy harass to this Void. He doesn't have enough mana for Zip. He's pretty
Yeah.
big trouble here. Gonna try and juke. Queen doesn't have enough for Blink, I don't think. Well, yeah,
he
just gonna
denies
deny
himself
himself to the creep there. Nice, well played.
Is the Queen in
And
trouble
Queen
here
needs
now?
to get the hell out. Yeah, she needs to get out. There's 5 heroes there. Actually ward up, trying to scout out potentially some Radiant Vision, but of course it was just an aggressive play while the Queen are playing. Actually, not that many wards out from Radiant if you look here. They're completely blind.
Yeah, compared to the last game, they had fantastic warding last game.
And you can see, like, Sapient are securing their jungle, much like Redditours and Pyjamas did last game.
Muerto has wards available. Going a little bit aggressive. Going to be caught. Oh, manages just to juke the Shadow Shaman. The Chaos Knight gets a stun off.
Stun off on him. I think he's pretty much dead. The Maledict's going to finish him off. Queen has very low mana, so she can't really chase this. I think they should just back off and regen here. Muerto looking to get a bit aggressive, putting a ward just behind the tower, not in vision of the tower, so it's not. Don't know it's there. It wasn't pinged out at all. So that's going to be some aggressive vision, potentially really, really good.
Witch Doctor picking up an urn for a little bit extra lane sustain. Of course, he already has some sustain from the Voodoo Restoration.
Something bad is happening in your bottom.
Jakiro used Macropyre on the top tower, but didn't seem to catch any heroes in it. Got Slark coming in from the side. Shaman supporting into the lane as well.
So they want to make something up
Necrophiles
in
is
mid.
returning to mid.
Void's just going to go jungle.
Void's going. Yeah, he's going back into the jungle.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Can we pause, please? I'm terrified beyond the capacity for
At the moment, obviously, Void is completing his power treads. Okay, Necro just melted there very quickly while we were talking to the Queen of Pain.
middle tower is under attack.
Void's obviously he's completing his power treads, but what would you build next on him? Would you go attack speed? Would you go damage? Would you go tank?
Depends what kind of Void he's going. I would 9 times out of 10 pick up a. Oh, he just died. We just killed him off. I didn't even see that.
Chaos Knight killed him.
Yeah, Chaos Knight killed
Yeah,
him. But he just TP'd in. I think it was a very aggressive TP, and obviously he had all his spells up. But in terms of what Faceless Void should build, I think it's definitely like maybe Vlad's utility items for his team, getting a Blink Dagger so he can get off a good Chrono and then zip out. It's very, utility. This patch is what he needs to build and set things up for his team. Like the old patch, you obviously used to build Mask of Madness, damage items. But I think this Void definitely needs to build utility so he can weave in and out of those fights. And Aghanims is going to be very important on him too. Next time is Vlad's, unless there's someone else on his team who has it. And then after that, of course, looking to get a Blink Dagger or an Aghanim Scepter.
That bot tower is in deny range, but the Dire don't seem to be doing it. While we were talking about items, both the Necrophos and Witch Doctor picked up smokes. It looks like the Dire side are gathering up for one just by their T2 in mid. Yep, they've got a smoke on Dire side.
Finch could
where
be
are
in
they
trouble
going to go
here.
with this? Yeah, they know where Finch is.
So Finch is going to get caught out. He's going to get popped early though if they go straight down the lane. Shaman going first, looking to get the shackles off. Finch knows exactly what's up. Smoke has been popped. He's just running for his life. Sends out this
Gets a good
Earthbite, which is going to delay them. Oh, Ice Path just misses, and in goes the coconut. It's going to do quite significant stun over. So it just looks like both teams are going to back off here and continue farming.
Jakiro there, returning to top lane. Getting plenty of farm from the creeps. Current net worth. Queen and Chaos Knight pulling out a respectable lead of 2,000 each above the
Chrono
Slark,
mid.
who's
Yep, wards get placed down. Slightly a bit too late. Chrono wears out, but there's the Witch Doctor ulti, doing a lot of damage over onto Dire. Wall goes down. Is there enough mana for vacuum? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't quite catch the wall. So it looks like Radiant are just going to back off here. They've taken 2 heroes, but they did lose their Queen of Pain, which is quite significant.
that was a very nice blink by the Lion. Very nice blink out of the Ice Path by the Lion.
Gasket! Yo, green dudes, something bad is happening.
The Witch Doctor is continuing to harass with the coconut. Darkseer as well, also harassing with the Iron Shell.
Yeah, in that fight, Redditours had like better positioning in the mid lane. They were quite far back, and they committed their ultimates. Not very well positioned ultimate from the Darkseer, unfortunately. He wasn't able to get his vacuum to pull them all into it. But, you know, unfortunately, I think they do more damage over on Pyjamas with their ult. And the Void Chrono didn't do nearly as much as they wanted to do. They committed the Shaman ulti to the Void Chrono, but didn't do enough damage. It was a bit too late because it's only level 1. You needed the Necrophos in there too, and the Macrofire in order for it to actually be effective. So, like, these team fights are largely revolving around what the Faceless Void can do.
Void stacking possibly again there, trying to get triple stack, but the timing is just off. Witch Doctor's invis just ends in the top lane. He gets pinged out.
Is under attack.
They're gonna have
Jakiro
to take this very
coming up
soon.
top.
Tower has fallen.
Darkseer successfully
Potentially
taking
looking
bot
for
tower,
engagement.
which
Kira's just gonna take the stack with Void.
Dire really should have denied the bot tower a while back, because it just gave free gold there to the entire team.
Oh, I think Muerto was intentionally trying to block that camp, but he just placed it off. I don't know, or maybe he was just trying to get some vision. I don't know, but I would have put that in the camp because then it won't respawn. 2 spells being thrown at each other. There goes Chrono. Lots of damage. In goes Ice Path, stunning up the Queen of Pain, but she will be able to get the blink out. Slark trying to get food damage out. Down goes the Witch Doctor ulti, ripping through Jakiro, but not choosing the right target here. Slark will be able to just go out. Looks like the heroes are blocking each other here. Slark's going to leap back. Excess being very, very aggressive, looking to get the wall down. Hopefully the vacuum to pull the heroes back. Nice stun from Finch out there. Wall goes down. Vacuum and Void will zoom through the wall, gets pulled back, and huge crit from the Chaos Knight there. Wiping the Faceless Void off the earth. It looks like they can just go take tier 2 here. I mean, there's not much they can do. Of course they can put snakes down, but really that's just free money for ripping it at this point.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a flaky fight, which is...
What I find interesting in that fight... What I find interesting in that fight was after the Void popped his Chrono, the Jakiro immediately put down an Ice Path, rather than waiting for the Chrono to just almost expire, which allowed the Queen to blink away freely. They weren't overlapping their stuns at all.
Regeneration.
Looking 21 minutes in, Chaos Knight, very respectable lead currently in the net worth, with Drums of Endurance and an armlet, as well as his phase boots. Queen of Pain, next up, has a Raghanim Scepter, which is pretty massive, giving her Sonic Wave a huge 40-second cooldown. Well, tiny 40
Very
second
nice
cooldown.
statistic there. Very nice statistic. Witch Doctor is actually contributing so much to these team fights. I think he's actually the sole reason why why these team fights are going in RiP's favor. And equally, last game him on Oracle, he's just able to sustain the heroes, and with his healing on this Witch Doctor, even though it's level 1, it is contributing a lot to these team fights. So Muerto definitely, I think, one of the MVPs in this matchup.
I think once he picks up his Aghanims as well, that Witch Doctor Death Ward is going to be doing huge amounts of damage to the entire team.
Yeah, he can pretty much solo the team at that point if he gets a glimpse. The Void basically has to back out of his chrono, which is a chrono wasted.
Okay, bot lane.
Looks like there's a pick off.
Very
Easy pick off. He was just out of position, and of course the blink over online just means he can be like, "Yo, I'm here now."
Yeah. Void again, chronoing. Does seem to be going for the Vlad's route. Has a Basilisk in his inventory, but not much else. Unfortunately, he's being hampered a little bit by the rest of his team jungling at the same time. This happened in the previous game as well. Slark has Yasha, Power Tread. I think he's going Sanjin Yasha.
Yeah, he needs that survivability, I think, like in these team fights to be able to kind of sustain through, but again, really difficult. Their farm's looking pretty dire.
What I like here is the Jakiro is going for Yules. That's going to help him set up ice paths a lot more easily. I personally, whenever I play him, I find Ice Path is very hard to reliably hit because the backswing animation is so long that unless you have the Yules, most people can just walk out of it.
Unless you can literally anticipate where people are going to walk, and that's kind of hard to do in the midst of a team fight. So yeah,
Not
just
much
looking
going
to
on
play the
currently,
farming
23
game.
minutes. Yeah. I think in the farm game that Chaos Knight wins. We've already seen already. He's getting pretty hard to counter. Especially when all his illusions crit for the same amount. That's why Chaos Knight's one of those weird ones in that certainly from his Phantasm, his illusions do 100% of his regular damage. So when they crit for the full amount. Which is why he can melt so many people so quickly.
Let's see, how's this Void looking? He looks like his GA has just finished off his Vlads. Actually, yeah,
he's just about to finish it.
Finished it.
He just needs the recipe.
Yeah, nice. So that means that the team fights now everyone gets a lifesteal, and also the damage is increased out from the Slark and Void himself. So it's going to potentially help them quite a bit in team fights, but they need to be getting their right clicks in, and they need to be, just
the Yules is up on the Jakiro. Necrophos again. Necrophos is a blink now too. So they're getting a lot of mobility items.
Slark has his Sanjin Yasha now, I think. You just check that one.
Okay, we've got a fight going on top lane. Chrono and Master Fire are both out.
Yep. Like Muerto's just going to back off, put on that healing ward to keep everyone up at top health. Ward's doing a significant amount of damage. Nona's kind of blocking himself with his illusions, looking to get another pull with his Reality Rift, but just going to go for the tier 2. Realise he can't take it, he needs the creeps. He needs to be careful with his illusions here. Best thing Shadow Shaman can do is try and get these illusions down with his wards. Isn't successful, but hey yo. Looks like it's going to be a team fight. Team fight? Just tier 2 here. and quite significant amount of gold going into the Chaos Knight here. Only a little bit into each of the sports, but
Bad dude's top
every
is
little
all
helps
nasty
and
brokey.
is helping RiP just secure their win here. This is true, actually. There's been a lot of dewarding this game. You can see very, very defensive sentry is scouting out these aggressive sentry observer wards from each team. And if we look at each team's vision, they're pretty much blind. Dire has got 2 wards up, but Radiant acts one really aggressive one up at top, but that's about it.
Look at it go!
Necro looking like he might get caught out of position again. However, Redditours and Pyjamas are just pulling back, putting an aggressive ward in the secret shop, and are going into Roche Pit. Team Sapient don't notice this at all. They have no wards in the Roche Pit at all because of the way they went in. So this looks like to be a free Roche for Redditours and Pyjamas.
This
I
is
think
going to
that's
make
very
the
good
team
timing
fight
for them to
very
take it.
scary.
Roche is just a chill dude, so someone explain to me why Radiant had to go and kill him.
Guardian Greaves completed on the Dark Seer. The Queen of Pain takes the Aegis. Slark is working on a Scathy. He's only just completed the or he's only just got the Orb of Venom though at the moment. For the next team fight, Team Sapient have all of their ultimates available, and Redditors and Pyjamas just got all of their ultimates available as well.
Yeah,
Certainly
again,
with
it's
this,
going to
with this
largely play
Aegis, they can push high
around
ground.
Void. Gonna largely play around Void this fight. He needs to get a good chrono off. Ice Spark catching the Chaos Knight there. He's just going to back off. Macrofire is laid down. Looks like RiP are just going to play a bit defensively here. Get their creeps up to the tower and get ready to push. Do still have chrono up, but that is a Jakira ult down. But all the other ults are up, so we should be fine. Provided this Faceless can just land his chrono. But then again, got to see what Murta does with his ward. Gets a decent ward off. Oh,
Another Ice Path.
this looks like the chrono opportunity. Chrono gets slowed down. Instantly gets hexed over on Void there. Scream goes down, doing an amazing amount of damage. Necropost will go down. Ward's laid down, and the Death Ward doing an insane amount of damage over on Jakiro. Wall down. Looks like
Radiant's top tower
RiP are
is
just
under
going to back
attack.
off here. They realise that they can't take it. The buyback off the Necrophos. Just looking to defend, I suppose. Maybe thinking the fight was going to go a bit more in their favour. But yeah, RiP don't want to take this at all. They're backing straight off. I mean, they did
Well, they
lose
lost
the
their,
CK. They popped the Aegis twice there, so...
Yeah. No, the Aegis, they still have the Aegis. It's on the Queen of Pain.
Oh, sorry, I thought the CK picked the Aegis up. My bad. This is when you realise it's like, you know, not one of my very early casting games. Standard 2 League, everyone.
Yes, we're still learning how to cast as well.
What's Void doing? He's either going for a Blink Dagger or a Bags at this point. Witch Doctor finished up his Glimmer Cape. Not looking to get the Aghanims right now. I mean, an Aghanims in that fight could have been huge, but I think the Glimmer Cape is more important just to save his own life and to save lives of others. Very nice item. Magic resistance is very, very good against Jakiro, Necrophos, those kind of heroes. Someone gets scythed, for example, you could just Glimmer Cape them and they're fine.
Well, Redditors have another 2 minutes to use that Aegis before it expires.
They didn't get much from this push, actually, down on bot lane, so...
No.
It's just kind of showing the resistance that, you know, Team Sapient can indeed defend high ground.
Double damage.
The Chaos Knight is quite low in HP. He's currently armlet toggling. Oh, he's safely back in base right now.
Yeah.
The Void might be able to catch. He has Chrono up.
Muerto's gonna find him.
We're
Yes,
just gonna
Chrono,
find him.
He should commit it here. Maybe no, he's
But
just
he's
gonna
just
back
running away.
straight off. Yeah, I think he knows that his team is with him. You can see Finch is just directly behind, along with Dreamsen on the Queen of Pain, and we got the excess up there.
Yeah, and
The
just a
darts here.
ice path out from the Jakiro. It's nothing. Shadow Shaman finally catching the Sentry Ward from Redditours and Pyjamas.
I'll take that.
Shadow
Yeah,
Shaman
the-
caught out of
Oh,
position by the
Hexo,
Darkseer and the
ooh.
Lion,
Manly.
and dies
Nice,
pretty quick.
aggressive blink. Did they do that blind? I think they did that blind. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that blind. Caught him out of position, blinked into him. Now they have some vision.
They
So
seem
they
to be
can't
just
blind.
dewarding each other's sentries.
Void
Again,
is coming up
Rip
mid.
taking
He's a
this
little bit
very
far back.
defensively. Yeah.
Yo, green dudes, something bad is happening.
Oh, and Aegis just
The Aegis
expired.
just
And
yep.
will respawn in 3 minutes. So this is kind of like a bit risky for Rip, and they know it. And they're playing very defensively up on the high ground, but chucking in spells here and there, trying to keep this creep wave dead, so they can just prepare for the push
Something
again.
bad
It's
is
similar to
happening.
bot lane, almost a rinse repeat. Again, largely dependent on the ultimates here, and Chrono, so we're going to see what happens. Mid lane, not much happening, just trying to clear out the enemy creep waves.
The Queen's a little bit away from the rest of her team. Chaos Knight porting into bot, deal with that wave. It might be wise to deny the tower as well.
And tower is very low. Yeah, Nonos is just going
Yeah,
to
he
deny
just
that.
denies it.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Might as well. There's, the creeps will get it otherwise. And Sapient playing very defensively in their base. They haven't really got much option because all their tiers are down. The ideal scenario here for Sapient is that they take a good to get all their ults off at the right time, and then they go and take that tier 1 mid and potentially even the tier 2. That's how they need to play this.
At the moment, Redditors seem to be just keeping all the lanes pushed in, keeping constant pressure on Team Sapient. It's effective. It does little bits of damage to the towers each time, sort of death by 1,000 paper cuts.
But we are approaching the
it
late
can
game
draw
here.
Yeah, it can draw the game out, and like I said, I favour Redditors and Pyjamas late game for Team Sapiens.
Especially as we see this ag starting to come online on this Witch Doctor, and the more cherry on top items for the CK. It's going to be hard for it's all reliant around this Void Chrono.
Finch and the Lion pick up an ultimate orb, likely building it into a Scythe of Ice for a second hex. Just a little bit
Yeah.
extra lockdown. The Queen of Pain sitting invisible right beside the Faceless Void. Doesn't really want to engage, probably just scouting her out.
I think the Hex is for the Slark because the Void pretty much gets zoned out with the Witch Doctor ulti. So, Hex most likely going to go on the Slark in these team fights because he needs to be able to be kept down with his ultimate and mobility because he has quite high movement speed even without his ultimate passive active. Indeed, Finch picking up the highest KDA. Nagging those kills over on the support.
It's also interesting to note the Witch Doctor has not died yet. Not having massive effectiveness yet in the team fight. Seems to be getting killed really before Death Ward can do its work.
Look at it
Doesn't have
go.
a scepter yet, so the Death Ward's still only hitting one hero currently. does now have a Glimmer Cape, so can be a little bit more sneaky in team fights.
I mean, looking at the net worth here, we see the 3 Radiant heroes are above the Slark. So definitely, net worth swing is high. XP swing is highly in RiP's favor, and then also the net worth swing is 20,000 in favor for them.
The Slark
It's
changing
not
item
quite
builds.
as.
The Slark's changed item builds there a little. He was going for Scally, but is now going for BKB, which he really does need versus the massive amounts of stun.
Yeah. And RiP just looking to take Roche again. They didn't make much use of it last time. Hopefully they can make a bit more use of it this time. And once again, yeah. Sapient have no idea this is happening.
With the Blacking Bar,
CK
the
gonna pick it up this
Assault
time.
and the Armlet, the CK. CK's pretty much online. The Queen as well. Got her Ags, got a Lincoln. Doesn't need to do much more. The Witch Doctor could pick up an Ags. It would really help the team fights if the ult doesn't get interrupted. The Aether Lens and the Lion should definitely helping out with the finger and the stun. Looks like XS has picked up a pipe as well. Pretty good against the Necrophos. It would block. Obviously, he blocks 400 damage from his scythe, as well as doing some decent resist against his aura. Witch Doctor getting a very aggressive ward in the base. Now that's giving him high ground vision, which will make engaging a lot easier in this next fight.
It's against the Void, so that when they know exactly where the Void is and when he's going to blink in. Aggressive blink there from Finch. Looks like he's going to kill off, and Scream up top, bursting down 2 heroes. Back on Slark. Necrophos just looking to get back to base. Slark trying to perhaps get a return kill. Looks like he can just push racks here. The wards are down, doing almost no damage actually. They got the pipe up in the healing ward, so it looks like they'll be able to take down these wards very simply and get the top racks. Glyph coming out with quite a bit of effect, and a lot of damage. In goes Nonus, he gets healed up, and the Glimmer Cape again. Muerto at the back, keeping this guy alive.
Dyer's top barracks is full. Bad Dude's racks is now
There's not a
Along
lot
with the mechanism over on excess.
They can do about this.
No, they could just go second racks here.
I think they can take all 3.
Bad Dude's middle
Yeah,
tower
I think they can go straight Mega Creeps.
has fallen.
Yeah, I think this
Dyer's middle barracks has
Team
fallen.
Sapient, they lost their window.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Yeah.
attack. Hey, use guys,
40 minutes at Chaos Knight, he
forget about chopped liver, forget about
doesn't really need to buy
It
much
was.
else. He could get a
I
heart
think
if he really
again,
wanted.
like they revolved it too much around the Space's Void, and
Bottom tower you Bad Dude tag was crap anyway.
they
Don't
just
the
didn't get the
Faceless didn't
Chronos
really
off
have-
and didn't get their team fight spells down in the right position. Sacrifier is going to go out, not doing much. The Glimmer Cape protecting Nonus from pretty much all the magical damage in the world. I'm not toggling there. Hopefully trying to gain some of himself back and just critting through these racks. And there you go. There are the Mega Creeps.
Yeah, that's Mega Creeps.
And GG
Team
is
Sapient
called
called
from
GG.
Sapient. Again, not as more one-sided as last game, but definitely definitely very towards the end. We said we favoured their late game more, and they just put the nail in the coffin.
Definitely very, very strong performance for Redditours and Pyjamas. Team Sapient, while they lost both games, were competent in both games, I believe. Definitely, they lost that first one. They were just too greedy. This time, they didn't really have the space. The Void didn't get off the Chronos, and the Slark just didn't get the snowball he needs.
Alright, well this has been Flamingo here with the co-casters SideSwipe and Ghostwolf on stats, and I hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and I'm enjoying to see what RiP pull through further in the tournament, as well as TS. Goodbye.
Goodbye.